What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. So today we're checking out the information that Weiss Schwarz have posted about the Nikke Goddess of Victory set, which is coming soon to Japanese but also coming later to English. So I don't know if you remember, there was this tweet here when it was first announced for its Japanese release. The English Weiss Schwarz Twitter retweeted it and just said, hey, you know, it's also coming out in other languages, right? So I'm taking that as confirmation we will get an English release for it. But yeah, this first came out in Union Arena and did really well. It's based on a mobile video game. As you can see, pretty much a lineup of female characters. The cards were fairly lewd, right? So it went down really well on its Union Arena release. Had signed cards in Union Arena and also had serialized pen signed cards in Union Arena, and was some of the first sets that got that treatment, and it sold extremely well. Prices for the boxes sort of shot up quite quickly on its Union Arena release, and then not long after that we had this announcement that it was coming to Weiss Schwarz Japanese. But yeah, they posted some information here. So we've got a release date of the 13th of December for its Japanese release, and Japanese cases fairly recently got updated. So in a case now, in Japan they call it a carton, but in a sealed case you get 24 booster boxes now. So just, you know, remember that, bear that in mind if you're looking to pick some up. But yeah, some information here is that we are getting stamped signed cards for 38 cast members. So yeah, we're getting signatures for its Japanese release, which is obviously really good to hear, of course. However, I'd imagine in terms of artwork, obviously it mentions illustrations here. It just says a lot of unique Nikkes are on the card. The illustrations use the beautiful illustrations in the game. Obviously this is just being translated in the browser, so it can be a little bit off, but normally if they get new card designs or new designs for that set, it would say newly drawn illustrations. So I'm going to make a speculative, educated guess here that because they haven't mentioned that, we're probably going to get similar or the same artwork that Union Arena had for their set. Obviously the borders and all that stuff will be different, but in terms of the characters, we're probably going to get pretty much the same designs. And for those that are into Japanese TCGs, like, that's quite a common thing that, you know, different TCGs will get the same IP to make a set on, and quite commonly they will just get the same designs. I mean, Build Divide recently, I say recently, it's probably like last year, but they had a Bunny Girl set and it literally had that iconic TD Bunny Girl Mai from Weiss Schwarz. It had that same artwork on it, just, you know, kind of different patterns, different foiling and things like that. But in terms of that artwork, it was the same pose, right, of Mai on that card. It was exactly the same. So it's quite common, but yeah, I'm going to guess here that it's probably going to get the same designs. Obviously, in terms of comparing the Japanese set for Weiss Schwarz to Union Arena still got more, right? Because they had the signed cards, but then they also had the serialized pen signed cards as well, which are honestly incredible if you're a collector. Something really special. And obviously we're not getting that, you know, as far as we're aware, we're getting signed cards, but there's no mention of anything serialized, there's no mention of anything pen signed, which obviously would be out of the norm, right? Weiss Schwarz haven't done serialized pen signed cards. But, you know, if you're comparing these two sets, like, obviously there's more there to open, to potentially pull from the Union Arena one. As it stands in the Japanese language, right? So at the moment, all we know is that Weiss Schwarz will, well, it seems like they're going to get this set in English. Union Arena have not made any sort of announcement. Union Arena is actually coming out next month in English, but starting with those older sets. So we don't know if Union Arena will get a Nikke English set. We also don't know, even if they get English sets, doesn't mean they're going to get serialized pen signed cards. We've got no idea what's going to happen with that. But purely just based on this, on the two Japanese sets, like, from a pure collector perspective, there's obviously more in the Union Arena version of this set. Now, obviously, if you want to play Weiss Schwarz, you're going to want to pick up the Weiss Schwarz version of the set, right? It doesn't make sense for you to get the Union Arena one. But from a collector perspective, there's obviously a lot more potential there if you're opening up the Union Arena boxes. So it will be really interesting to see when we get more information on this, if we do just get complete like for like cards between Union Arena and Weiss Schwarz designs. I'd be surprised if they're not, especially those signed cards and things like that. Obviously, you know, the foiling, the texture, the borders and the elements on the cards are going to be different because it is a different game, but in terms of that staple sort of artwork of the character, I'm expecting it to have pretty much the same cards then, just for the Weiss Schwarz rather than Union Arena. Obviously, it's still great to see. We're getting a set that was popular for Union Arena, a big set like this. They're still getting IPs like that. And obviously getting signed cards as well is always good to see. But yeah, Union Arena just seems to be doing so much more from that sort of collector side of things, which kind of makes sense. I've heard a lot that the game is much more collector focused, but yeah, that's the information so far that we have on Nikke for its Japanese release. One last thing I do want to mention, don't know if any of you guys saw, but Weiss Schwarz were posting that they had this announcement coming, this update announcement on their Instagram and Twitter and things like that. Obviously everyone was sort of speculating about that, hoping for like some big changes, maybe an app like to be able to play the TCG, to learn to play it and things like that. All sorts of different things, sets and things like that. Turned out it was just they updated the English website. So which is still great. Like, you know, I get it. Like, it's good that you're doing things like this, right? But I think it just came off wrong in terms of the way they marketed that news. Made it seem like a huge announcement. The only thing I have with the new website, which isn't going well. So I'm on Mac, and if I open the website in Safari, it doesn't really work properly. So it's opened like this. It's kind of opened as if I'm on a tablet, a mobile design. Now, I'm not zoomed in or anything like that. It's literally whatever they're doing to check the screen size, to check the device and things like that. It's not working properly on Mac, on Safari. If I open it on Chrome in exactly the same size, as you can see, it works fine. It's not going into like a mobile tablet view or anything like that. So there is a bit of a problem for me. Like, I normally do these videos with Safari. As you can see in Chrome, it's absolutely fine. But yeah, if I scroll down, it's pretty unusable, and I'm gonna have to switch back to using Chrome for these videos because it's just I can't use this, right? It's awful. So hopefully they fix that at some point. But yeah, pretty much their update was this new website, which I mean, I haven't really gone through. It looks like it's just giving me the same information, but they have updated it, which is obviously good to see that they're putting time and effort into just improving things. But yeah, I think based off of everyone else and what people were speculating in terms of like, are they going to announce this set? They're going to announce like an app for the game. Like there's a lot more that hopefully at some point they could do. Like, you know, compared to Union Arena, you can literally go on the website, learn to play the game. I know Weiss Schwarz really lacks from that side of things. So yeah, one day it'd be nice to see something like that if they can do it. But yeah, that was their big announcement, is just an updated website essentially, which obviously was very disappointing for a lot of people because it kind of seemed built up to be this big thing, and it was just a refresh on the website, which unfortunately doesn't really work on the device and browser that I use. But yeah, there we go. That's the recent news, and that's the information about Nikke. But yeah, let me know what you think. Like, are you happy it's coming out in Japanese, Weiss Schwarz? Are you going to be picking some up, or would you just rather pick up the Union Arena version of it? Are you more of a collector and you just, you know, you'd rather get a box and have a shot at those crazy collectible and expensive pen signed serialized cards, Yeah, let me know down below in the comments. Hope you enjoyed the video. It's been like ages actually since I've done a video. Life has been very busy at the moment, but I'm hoping to get back to making some more regular content. At one point I was posting literally like every 2 days, and I think it's been like nearly 2 weeks since I posted a video, so hopefully this is the start of getting some content back out there. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please hit like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next one.